Hello, I'm ABXToyCat, and welcome back to another Top 5 video. Today we're going through the Top 5 exclusive features for the various versions of Minecraft. Each version of Minecraft has its own set of exclusive features. Sometimes it's unfixable things like the controls are going to be different, obviously, on a Pocket Edition and on the PC, but sometimes it's genuine features in the game that have just changed a little bit from one version to the other, and I'm going to be going through the top 5 of these so that if you have all the versions, you can know when to use which one, or when you should consider buying one of the other versions, and that's what today's video is for. So I'd very much appreciate a like on it if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me want to see more stuff like this. But let's get straight into it, shall we? So let's start with number 5. Number 5 on the list of top 5 exclusives is going to have to be the tutorial world on Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation, Minecraft console, as we'll just call it from now on, because basically the tutorial world is something you don't need if you've played Minecraft for a long time. That's why it's only number 5 on this list. But if you haven't played Minecraft, if you're picking up Minecraft the first time, it is a godsend, because if you just try and pick up the Pocket Edition or the PC, you're going to get a bit confused. You kind of need someone to guide you through it, and although that's an interesting experience, I think the the console edition just being like, oh, here's how you do all the key stuff. You can learn other stuff by yourself if you want, but here's the stuff you need to know. I think that's really, really, really cool. And, you might argue it's dumbing it down for the console market, but to me, it just seems like, yeah, I'd actually quite like to learn about how this stuff works rather than just assuming about it, because honestly, like, when I first played Minecraft, even though I played for like 10, 20 hours, I didn't know how to make ladders, because, it's just not something I considered on the PC. Whereas, when I first played the Xbox 360 version of the game, I learned how to make ladders in my first hour. It's something I hadn't even considered after all those hours on the PC, but in my first one on the console, oh yeah, that's how you make it, and it's done. So yeah, the tutorial world is pretty magical, and to some extent you could argue the manual crafting is part of that, or the automatic crafting I should say, but yeah, I think the the console tutorial is something that you don't really appreciate, once you've done it, but that really is just so handy to teach people how to actually play this game that we enjoy playing. So yeah, the tutorial world is only number 5 for that reason, but it's still really cool. So number 4 is going to have to be the world sizes option for the Pocket Edition. Technically the Xbox One and the PS4 have world size options too, but they're not quite as useful as the Pocket Edition ones, because the Pocket Edition allows you to have, the old size world, which I think is hilarious because it's 256 by 256, but if you don't agree that, for that reason it's pretty cool, the infinite size worlds on the Pocket Edition are really cool because they're the old infinite worlds from the PC. So if you don't know, the PC, at some point decided to switch from 12.5 million by 12.5 million to 30 million by 30 million every single direction from the spawn, whereas after, the Pocket Edition still uses the old format, which is 12.5 million. And you might think, why is this still relevant? Basically, this means that when you reach the end of 12.5 million, instead of getting a magic border and then nothing, which I think is kind of boring, even if it does make more sense, you end up appearing at the far lands in the Pocket Edition. So the far lands and the world size jumps in general are actually exclusive to the Pocket Edition right now. There's no cool glitches on the PC, because it just cuts off the world before any glitches can occur. Whereas what happens on the Pocket Edition is you end up stuff like the far lands, you even get stuff like the stripe lands, I'll have to show you that one too, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Even if it's just, it's a cool novelty feature, you're probably not going to go to the far lands too often. It would take you, literally months or years of just non-stop walking to get there. It's still a cool thing if you do decide to, get there through other legitimate means, and that's a thing right there. So yeah, that is number 4 right there. World size options on the Pocket Edition, and to some extent just the far lands, because the far lands are cool and I miss them a little bit. Yeah, that's number 4 there. Let's move on to number 3, which again is going to be a console edition one, because it is the host options and in general the multiplayer system on the console. Because basically, again, this is one of those things you don't truly appreciate until you realize how bad the other platforms are at this, but multiplayer is very, very tricky on the Pocket Edition, and multiplayer on the PC, you kind of have to use servers, or you have to use realms or something like that. On multiplayer, you can become a server instantly. You're just like, okay, so I'm playing on this world. Oh, I bet my buddy Jerry would like to come on. I don't know why my buddy's called Jerry. Then you just invite him, boom, he's in your game. It's that easy. As long as you tick the online box option, then boom, he's in your world, and he's helping you along the world. That's something you just can't do on the other platforms. I mean, it would be cool if it was, but it's not something that's that easy. And on top of that, once people are in your world, you can, kind of customize options to allow them to do different things. You can do stuff like, I'm actually going to make it so the spawn point is here. You can just do that with your UI. And although, a lot of things that host options can do on the console, it's covered by commands on the PC. The fact that it's that easy to do is just really, really cool. That's right. If you want to play Minecraft with friends, it is the easiest on the console edition, and that is the one key strength of its multiplayer. I mean, playing with people who aren't your friends is really tricky. Playing with people who have bad connections is one of the worst things you can do. But when it comes to just playing with normal people with normal connections, it's a pretty fun time, and it's really, really easy. So that's why host options and the multiplayer system are number 3 here. Number 2 is going to have to go to the Pocket Edition, because it is prettier biomes. So when I mean prettier biomes, I don't just mean, the biomes that aren't on the console yet, like the Mesa and stuff. I mean some of the biomes have just entirely changed from the Pocket Edition, like they haven't done on the PC and the console, and they just look way better, and I'm curious as to why they haven't been done elsewhere. So stuff like when you go into a forest, you'll find just trees on their side. Stuff like when you go into a swamp. The colors are very much different, and it genuinely looks like a swamp. It's pretty great like that. And one of the really interesting things to me is it also has huge mushrooms in there. So yeah, again, to me, like, you know, we have huge mushrooms in the roof forest biome on the PC, and that, you know, I guess that's probably a logical place, but the swamp seems like the best place for them, so you get giant, huge mushrooms, and it's pretty cool. Also, stuff like the, you know, extreme hills biomes have a little bit of gravel on them. Usually I can't approve the use of gravel, but in this case, you know, it does actually kind of make it look a little bit cooler, and the abandoned mine shafts can generate the surface of, you know, a mesa biome, which means that if you're just a mesa biome, oh, boom, you found an abandoned mine shaft, and there's gold in there too. I just think small changes to biomes to make them look better, to make them feel better. I don't know, I don't understand why they haven't been taken over to the other platforms yet. They're some of the coolest bits of the Pocket Edition, and that's why they're number 2, but they're not number 1 here, because number 1 is something that I figure has to be number 1 here, because even though the console edition is just about to catch up the PC, and even though the Pocket Edition is going to catch up the PC at some point, not having this feature is the one thing that people are always going to hold over, you know, their heads and say, well, this is why the PC version is the best version. And if you can't work out by now, it is the server system from the PC. So, I mean, technically the server system isn't exclusive to the PC. I mean, like I said, on the console, you can make your own server on the, you know, like for up to 8 people. On the Pocket Edition, you can make your own server, but they're just a lot trickier to use. But the way the PC server system works is just, you know, because it's been around for so long, it's been refined so much, and it means you can do so many things. Like, if you want to play any game mode you can conceive of when it comes to Minecraft, you can hop onto a massive server and play with thousands of other people, and they generally all have really cool systems put in there by now. So they have stuff like leveling up, and it's kind of like games within a game to some extent. Like when I play, you know, I play a lot of, you know, Skywars on a Hypixel, by the way, not sponsored, just I do that a lot anyway, and I use it as background gameplay. That's a really insanely fun thing to me, because not only am I playing insane mode Skywars, where everything's happening insanely fast, like the games can be over in 5 minutes, easy most of the time, and not only is that happening, but I'm also, you know, like leveling up some sort of character, like you know, I get different kits to actually help me do different stuff, and that's really cool. And that's kind of just the tip of the iceberg. That's just talking about game modes you probably thought would be in Minecraft, because these same servers, I know Mineplex, the Hypixels, all these different servers will do crazy stuff. Like if you look at, for instance, you know, CS:GO in Minecraft, that's the thing they've done. I think they have to change the name for legal reasons, but they have, you know, like first-person shooters in Minecraft. They have basically a Mario Kart clone in Minecraft by doing these crazy things with resource packs that just can't be done on the other platforms. You can't play, you know, Turbo Kart races or whatever it is on the 360 or on the Pocket Edition. It's just not something you can do at all, and that is why this is the number 1 exclusive feature. It's the one that people are always going to think is the best, and although I don't think they're ever going to put it on other platforms, I think they're going to make steps to do that, because they realize a lot of people like Minecraft just for these servers, and that creates a whole bunch of problems, but it is the most enjoyable feature of Minecraft on the PC. It is the reason I still pick up and play it to this day, and yeah, that's why it's number 1 on the list. Let me know what you thought of the list. Let me know if you think I missed out your favourite option in the comments down below, because it's always fun to have a little bit of dialogue there. Otherwise, I'd very much appreciate a like on the video if you do like it, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.